So Woodchuck Cider is the biggest brand coming out of Vermont Cider Company. Tell us a little bit about what you guys have been working on in the last year or so, because I know it's been a big shift in the business in terms of the branding's changed, approach to market's changed, even the approach to the product development itself has changed.
Right. This is our 25th anniversary, by the way, so 1991 to now. So right now our big push is we've got this big concert every summer called Cider Stock. So we have Sublime and the Dirty Heads playing in our backyard, so that's pretty cool.
Cool.
But, the approach in our packaging, as the myriad of ciders kind of came into the category and we were trying to understand where Woodchuck fit, we probably stumbled and hurt ourselves a little bit in making some changes quickly, and we really wanted to bring about the fact that we opened the new cidery.
Yeah, sure.
And this cidery is beautiful, 100,000 square feet, and really innovation is at the backbone of that cidery. I've got 20 variants of cider on tap in the tasting room right now, and when I tell people about cider and I say we've got 20 on tap, they look at me and go, I didn't even think you could make 20 different ciders.
And so much of that has to do with using other interesting ingredients and process.
Right. So we've got two great cider makers, John Matson, who was a brewer, and Ben Calvi, who comes from the vintner side of the things, in the wine business. And we really started looking at how do we infuse all natural ingredients into our products. So, for instance, we created something called the infusion tank, where it looks like this giant coffee filter, and it's got holes in it, and it's a 5,000 gallon tank, and literally we can put raw ingredients on top of this filter on this metal grate, and then the cider flows through it for 7 days. So instead of adding flavorings and not natural flavors, we use the real raw ingredients. So as I was saying to you earlier, right now we have one called June and Juice that we're using organic juniper berries, and we just flowed the cider through it. So a little play on Snoop Dogg and a little gin and juice we're doing. It's the perfect summer cider in June and Juice.
I would imagine that process gives you a lot of sort of delicate control over aromatics as well.
Oh yeah,
especially when you're talking about things like juniper.
Yeah, and junipers. I mean, we've got a cinnamon cider coming out this fall that we're using. This really cool cinnamon, and the whole place just smells like a bakery when you walk in there. And the cinnamon's so strong. Tonight I'm tasting something out on a limb series called Campfire Pancakes. And it's made with pure Vermont maple syrup, and we take apple branches and pumice, and the apple pumice from the press from our local orchard, and we take it to a smokehouse called Vermont Meat and Cure, and we smoke them, and then we immerse it into the cider through the infusion tank. So literally feels like you're kicking around a campfire and you want to throw the pancakes on the griddle, and so we call it our breakfast cider. It's pretty cool.
That sounds like a breakfast cider. Now, 25 years, that's not a small amount of time to be in the cider business.
No.
Do you feel like that because you've been one of the biggest brands in cider for a long time, in the States especially, do you feel like this is sort of this new kind of resurgence we've seen with an interest in cider has given Woodchuck like a whole new way to play?
I think it's made us try to become better. And to look at ourselves as a company and say, where do we fit in this new dynamic? I think the cider category, 80% of the volume's done in the semi-sweet category, but we're seeing, as with craft beer, things getting drier over time. We're seeing a lot of the new consumers coming in and really demanding drier products.
And that's got to be exciting for your product development team in general.
It's huge. I mean, every month we have this great meeting, and we sit down and we taste competitors, and we talk about where do we want to go, how far do we want to take it, and we developed Gumption a year ago, which was a blend of European bittersweets and American culinaries, and we're developing things off of that now, and kind of the circus of ciders, and I call it Nitro Circus. We want to play around with like as crazy as we can get. I told the cider makers the other day, could they make an avocado cider? I just want to see what that would be like.
I've had an avocado beer once. It was interesting. I don't know, avocado cider. Are you thinking about your customer as there's so many young people now that are coming into the category for the first time ever, and they're excited about new flavors, a lot of it coming from craft beer and other things? Do you find that you have a completely different customer base than you ever had before?
Yeah, I think that the new customer base that we want, I don't think we have them yet. I think our customer base is still those true and tried, loyal Woodchuck consumers. And when I did surveys and when I talk to people and I go across the country, 52% of 21 to 34-year-olds still don't know Woodchuck.
Yeah.
So it's a whole kind of open arena.
It's amazing how long a company can be around and people have still never heard of it. I mean, because we're still talking about a very small niche product here.
We joke and we say we're a pimple on the ass of progress. So we want to someday be a boil.
Yeah. Hope and dream.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to most, I guess, now that you've got the new cider house up?
I'm looking forward to a new kind of Chuck is back. We're bringing Woodchuck back full force.
Okay.
Some packaging upgrades and looking at that and bringing the critter back and getting away from kind of some of the packaging we've had for the last couple of years. So we're really bringing him back with an attitude.
Okay.
As the original American hard cider.
Yep.
And our new saying is we're the cider that started the American cider revolution.
Okay.
So, really bringing him back with some attitude and having some fun with it, and then building out our platform. I mean, under Vermont Cider, we have Woodchuck, we have Gumption as a cider brand.
Yep.
We own the brand Whiters on the West Coast,
Yep.
which is a fruit-forward cider, and we import Magners and we import Blackthorn through CNC. So I think our partnership with Pabst is now going to allow us to really have the infrastructure we needed.
Yeah.
For years I had 35, 40 salespeople trying to sell across the country. Now I have a sales and marketing unit that can help us tell this story and take it to market. And when I think about Woodchuck and I think about Pabst and especially PBR, they're both iconic American brands.
Yep.
So I think that they fit and they feel right together, and that's what I'm most excited about.
Yeah, I can see people getting that for sure.
And Eugene gets it, and he's excited. And I think we really believe that the category is going to get to 3 to 5% of beer in the next 10 years.
That'd be amazing.
So
Thanks for coming on, man.
thanks for
Appreciate
having
it.
me. All right, have a good day.
Enjoy the rest of the day.
All right.
I'll take that.